now. Greetings, soldiers, and welcome to a Heroes and Generals live Twitch stream. Today is number 9, live from Copenhagen at Ritomoto headquarters. I'm that support guy, Rito Gargamel, and this is our game director. I knew something would go wrong. Our game director.
Correcto.
Red Diana.
Hello.
And today we have, I don't know if you've been here last week, we have new microphones.
Hello.
We have new gear, we have a new camera, so nothing can ever go wrong again.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna work 100% of the time from now on. And today we're, besides that, going to celebrate that the game is back online. We've had some issues with the new build, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to also answer your questions as usual, but this time we've got a little difference in the timetable. Is we're going to try and focus on the questions from the chat in a specific time period. So like the rest of the stream today, we're not going to be taking questions from the chat until we say go, basically, until we say like now is the time. And then you go crazy, and then I look at your questions, and I try to pick out the ones that I can read.
It'll freak out on you.
And I go, So I think that one of the burning questions was what happened in the past few days. Well, we deployed on Tuesday, wasn't it?
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah, on Wednesday. So, but yeah, what happened Thursday? What happened yesterday? And the question is. Why is Spaz broken? I think I can give a little intro. Is that it's the assault team deployment on the campaign map that kind of broke down, and it's a question of everybody kind of logged in at the same time and started deploying their assault teams. And because we introduced this whole limited faction resource feature, it required that some people join deployment queues for their assault teams, and that the factions be assigned to the assault teams, and all the logic for that was causing the client handlers to struggle. And I think you can kind of give more details about that.
Yes, it was basically the logic on the server that was trying to find suitable deployment locations for the assault teams that just got way too many requests for deployment at the same time. So basically the classical bottleneck style error. But we have some super competent programmers who are fixing it as we speak. So
yeah, because right now it's kind of a temporary fix. What we have right now is going to be kind of redesigned, isn't it?
We're looking into some design issues that we can, or redesigning some of it if that's possible. But the quick fixes are actually in now, so
it's kind of working.
Yeah. But we might do some rework of the whole deployment process.
And I'm getting messages from Robotron. Well, too long. That's awesome. Apparently, when I scratch my beard, it makes a hellish noise with the new microphones. So, but yeah, I think one thing we have to mention is that whole deployment bottleneck. That's something that's very hard to test and to simulate before the release, because it's based on purely numbers, large numbers of players doing one thing, like basically all the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, actually, I can say one other thing is that we're changing the numbers in the deployment system because we weren't really aware what numbers were the good ones, because obviously the last few weeks there's been a massive skew in American and German players. So we didn't really have any good data to go on, so we just put in some numbers, and we already changed them several times now, so to sort of balance it out. And you can expect us to keep adjusting those numbers in the next period of time.
So, and I guess we might as well also follow up by talking a little bit again about the limited faction resources. You don't have it open there, but I have I put in the folder the drop documents. I put the screenshot that I used in the news blog there, the faction resources. No, it's right there.
This one. Yep.
If we can show that full screen. So if you go on the blog on news.heroesandgenerals.com, if you haven't already, this is the description of the faction overview, the faction resource overview, and I think some people might still kind of not be entirely certain of what it all means. The idea is that now you have on the left column you can see that's how many of each unit type of each basically the top one, for example, is infantry. Then you have I think it's a recon soldier. Then you have the trucks. You have the APCs. So everything that's in there is basically the stockpile is how many are available. You have how many will be produced in a production cycle, and when the next production cycle will be beginning. So basically at the end of each production cycle you get that many new units. That's the second column, and that right now is the same for both factions, and the production cycle is the same for all units, is the same for both factions in terms of time. So it's 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes you get that many new units. We're kind of going to introduce that later. You depending on what you control on the map, depending on other factors, these numbers will vary. But right now we kind of set them so that it's playable, so that the concept works. So yeah, if you go on the news blog, you can see a little bit more details about that. And this screen right there, you can display it from the assault team deployment menu. You can also display it, I think, from the HQ button in the corner of the campaign map. So I guess for now that's as in depth as we'll go for that one. Still in keeping with burning questions that we had this week on the. I wrote the topic as I wrote it down as conspiracy theories on the forum. There's been a lot of I'm gonna say paranoia about apparently we nerfed weapons without telling anybody. No. The idea is that we actually try to, as much as possible, everything that gets changed or adjusted is in the change log. We just talked.
It's not a lie when the community says that it seems all the weapons have changed. And
something changed.
And
it's not in the changelog because the guys thought, oh well, it's not a new feature. It's a bug fix.
It's a bug fix. Yeah, the guy that's responsible for the weapon handling, he's fixed a bug with the weapon sway that caused the weapon sway to be very subdued, very subtle.
You said almost turned off. Basically.
Almost turned off, yeah. And then he actually turned it on, and now you can see when you aim, the handling of the gun will sort of like sway, which is obviously a value that's set for each weapon. Some of the heavier weapons have more sway.
When you turn, your hands are not aligned with your torso necessarily, so you have to kind of straighten up the.
So you can see that, and that's actually what's in the game now. So, but the actual statistics of or the weapons values like. Range and all that stuff has not changed in this build, but apparently the sway stuff has quite a big effect on how people perceive the weapons.
Some players are adamant that that's it. We've decided that the Thompson is going to be better than the MP40 or something.
But it's something that we are going to look into these values now that they actually work in the prop or in a different way than they did before. And obviously this is some of the areas that we've been talking about to differentiate the light machine guns from the rifles, for example. Is the ease of handling of the weapons. So you should try and check it out. I think it actually works pretty well. It's most obvious to see it if you go into precise aim, where you see the iron sights. You can really easily see how the sights align on the weapon.
Yep. And another thing that apparently seems to cause some confusion is that rating battles feature. Rating battle sounds weird. The battle rating screen, where at the end it's like rate this battle, and you have a number of stars, and it lets you highlight them, and it doesn't say anything else. So I guess some people have been wondering if it means that do we think that the battle went well for our team, or do you think that the battle was balanced, or do you think that I think it's kind of in the end it's how much fun was it really?
Yeah, it's because we just wanted to collect super high level information on did you enjoy this battle or not, or how much did you enjoy this battle. Then we put in the star system, and we don't really want to go into more specific about that because we are just interested in finding what is a fun mission, what is a fun mission for many players, and what is a not so fun mission. We can show you later some of the recordings we made on some of the missions we looked at. But this helps us a lot into just seeing, okay, this particular mission scored really high. And then we take it out and we replay it and see, okay, what actually happens here, and then we have a discussion on, okay, this is fun because it's a long mission. Apparently, we measured some of the times as well. Some of the highest scoring missions is the longest one. And we actually
know that.
Yeah, but we actually thought that a lot of players wanted to have quick matches as well, because it's like it's to get into. Well, I really like the long missions myself, but it's at sometimes it just I sort of miss my usually call it my 5 minutes of fun, where I can just jump in, have a quick go on something, and then jump out again. It's like it takes a lot of preparation to take out several hours of gaming time to play the game. Especially for us who doesn't have 100 hours of spare time, we have also family obligations.
The Danes have the most spare time in the world, didn't you know that?
Yeah, we just watch TV instead.
But we're going to show later some of the videos.
Lapses, some of the time lapses.
Later, let's talk about.
But keep the if you're in doubt of this, it's just if you don't do anything, your score is not recorded, obviously. But the star system, 1 being the worst and 5 being the best, obviously. That's put in just to give us an estimate of did the players enjoy this particular mission. Then we can also start to look at the different maps and compare them and see which maps are more fun than others and which maps are not so fun. But there can be 1,000 reasons for somebody voting up a mission or voting down a mission. So we would like to take it on a really top level view, because
as general as possible.
Yeah.
So then that's why you don't want to suggest any kind of categories in which to evaluate the. Yeah. That makes sense. I guess we can. We were done for the big news. I guess we can move on to. We wanted to show that last week, we couldn't. What happens when you report a bug. I think some people were wondering if we ever looked at the bug reports that they submitted. I think you have it open somewhere.
Yeah, I have it. Let's see if Thomas can switch to my screen over here.
What's up with that? You want to show that later?
No. That's just something.
That's just something that was there.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay. I guess we might as well full screen it. So I guess as an intro, I can give you a brief. This is the bug reporting system that we have. So every time somebody submits a bug report, the way the path that it follows is either I or one of the support guys will look at it, and we're trying to first of all not create duplicates, because we have thousands of entries in the bug database. It's like an inbox in your email inbox. We keep all the old messages. So to kind of keep a history of everything that's been changed and why.
This is
this is part of the. Actually, this is just yours, right?
No, this is the
global
these are
map?
divided into different builds. I'm going to show this little server map before,
cool.
so people know that bugs are assigned to various features on various servers as well.
That's true. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So what happens is support looks at it, and we decide, okay, is this something we already know? Is this a known issue? If it's not, then we go in and we create this bug report. We give it to the guys at Quality Assurance. We call it QA. It's not questions and answers. That's here. When we say QA here, we mean questions and answers. Over there, it's Quality Assurance. So they're the in-house testers. And
it's QA, not Q&A.
Exactly. And they basically look at it, and they send, if they think this is something that can be reproduced, there's something that will affect a lot of people, they toss it to the developers, and the developers try to fix it. And I guess this is where you can explain it better than
me. The best thing is obviously it's not a bug if you can't reproduce it. That's kind of like a hard rule, but we have to have something to go by. It's if you can't show what the bug is, then we can't fix it. So being
that means like if you can tell, like when I do this happens. It's more like, oh, everything is broken. Well, that's not specific.
No, you have to have like almost like a checklist. I do this, and bam, the bug happens. Then we can start to reproduce, and we can start to debug where is the bug located. Obviously, some of the code can be really hard to find, and some of it is just no-brainer graphic fixes. Like the one here is, I'm going to show. This is
that's a simple one, isn't it? That's the nice one. It's got a video. We should show the video.
Yeah. It's from one of the players who submitted a video.
The link is in
it's here.
You have it.
Where he tells us what's wrong with the...
Maybe full screen it.
We'll full screen it. There you go. Check out his cool hat down there. I think this is about his...
Yeah, he's jumping and all that.
He's jumping.
And then...
he's going down. Here you go. He found the...
So far, no bugs.
I found no bugs, yeah. But actually, it's cool to see the video, but I can see one of the testers actually made some screenshots because...
So there he sees that guy.
And he shoots, and he just goes...
He should be killing him right now.
He just goes, what the fuck? No. There you go.
Yeah.
And he gets shot and go, fuck! Shitty game! Report. So...
And he's got the lyrics to the song that's the future.
He's awesome. Check him out.
So you can sing along.
Yeah. Well, what happens here is that this is obviously a super annoying bug. The testers looked at it and they say, yes, this is a bug. And then they file a bug report. They actually did a little help here by making some screen grabs where it's really obviously what the bug is. The bug is, as you can see in the screenshot, is that the collision geometry for the railway sleepers are just one big box where they should have an individual collision. Yeah, it seems you can't shoot through them, which you obviously want to do if you're in his position. So the bug gets sent, and it seems like I received the bug.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good thing that we picked that example because. It ended up being...
I don't usually get a lot of bugs.
It,
so rarely I get bugs.
Now he fixes all the bugs.
No, but obviously that's a quite easy bug to fix. So, but still, it needs to be found, and obviously the getting help like that from the players is awesome. But it needs to be documented because otherwise it's not good to just say there's a bug, it doesn't work. That takes more time for us to actually verify or figure out what the bug is about than maybe finding it ourselves. So it's a good bug report is something that's very precisely described what the bug actually is and how to reproduce it. The reproduction part is super important, but it's a great help to get something like this.
Do we have the? We like to always thank the people who submit that stuff. The name of the guy.
It's
in there. The Wolfbane, yeah.
Wolfbane.
Thank you for that one because, and then when we get a video that really clearly shows what's going on, it's always a bonus. So
I can show some other ones here. There's this one is from the Sparts build, where the ribbon battle report stuff where the bar goes on top of the ribbon, and you can see the tester have been putting in some extra detailed information on the actual image he grabbed from the game. You can see a nice description on what the bug is all about, and so it's actually been fixed. And you can see the one of the other testers. What actually happens when we fix one of the bugs, we mark it as being resolved, fixed, but the bug is not closed at that point. Then the bug gets sent back to the testers, and they actually verify that we actually fixed it. And sometimes it's not fixed. We thought we fixed it, but we fixed something else, or we didn't. We only half fixed it, or what? There's plenty of ways to think that you have fixed a bug, and it really hadn't. It just didn't occur on your machine at that time when you tried it to see if your fix was working. So if it's not fixed, then the tester will reopen the bug and send it back to the developer and say it's not fixed yet. I can produce it like this and this now, or it's just not fixed.
And it goes back and forth.
It goes back and forth. Some bugs like they ping pong around, and sometimes they go through several different developers, because then the developer say, oh, then it's not my bug, then it's this guy's bug, and then he passes it on. So bugs can have a great life. Travel.
I remember a certain
see the world
getting shot into the air when getting out of a car. But you were talking about the test server. You have a picture with all of the different. That's another one.
That's one of that. That's one. That's definitely my box. I was doing the access point data for the new battle report, and for some strange reason, I've managed to move all the hit detection boxes for the capture areas and the entire level. So everything was
this means that you can capture outside the house.
Yeah, everything was just.
You don't have to be inside the house, but that's not intended.
No. You see you can see all the images here. It's just like box. It's like plenty of box. Also, the word "plenty" just
popped up.
Yes, another great thing about bugs, or a great way of, if you want to help us with finding bugs, is make sure that there's only one bug in each bug report. Like sending a bug report with like 10 bugs in the same bug is not really helpful, because we can't. If I only fix one of the 9 or one of the 10 bugs, I can't say this is fixed and have the testers verify it until all of the 10 is fixed. So it's a good practice to have 10 bug reports for 10 bugs rather than one. It takes some more work, but it eases up the verification procedure a lot.
No, I mean when you exactly, but both internally and also when you submit them to support. I mean, when you send one bug report per bug, it's always appreciated.
But also it's like the stuff you guys send in, we have to verify that it's not in our database in the first place. Sometimes we get the same bug 10 times, and we can skip the 9 of them. But if some of the bugs have more bugs in them, then it becomes really complicated.
Yeah.
We don't have that much time.
But you had the
I could show a little bit about this
right there.
This thingy here. Did it go?
You might as well tell what this is. We showed it. We have to say what it is.
No. It's just a plane. I've just been looking at while we waited to go on air. I was just browsing through some of the new
that much you get to know it's a plane.
Yes, this very crudely thrown together graph shows how our internal structure of servers are. When I say server, I should say built. We call it a built robot, because it's an entire machine that has a version of the game that we can order to build a version of the game that we can play. And you can see if you start at the bottom here. All these circles represent what we would call a stream. It's a version of the game. It sits on a separate machine, and you can try out if that one works. Usually we do it if we start up like a larger feature. We move it to, for example, you can move it to the able. We call it again the stream, the able stream. or I can see the window just popped up and on top of it, the able stream.
Yeah.
And we can work on that stream, on this feature without fucking anything up on the other streams or on the actual game. So we can finish up a feature, we can do some early QA on it, see does this work, does it not work.
So the idea is you want to know if the bug is specific, if any bugs specific to that feature, right?
I'm getting to the bugs later.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm just trying to explain the whole tree here.
That's
but there's actually QA down here on in the development. We call it development streams, basically. Whenever something is finished on, for example, Able here, we transfer the changes up to the dev stream, which is like the main line of our whole internal development structure. In here, features just gets assembled. It's not really tested on dev. It's just that's where features that we think are finished are getting merged up. And at a certain point, we say now these 5 features are finished for the next build. We move the changes from the dev server up to the test server. And on the test server, we have the testers coming in. They also do extensive QA stuff, but they also just look for bugs, and we fix the bugs on test. This means that we can break the test server as much as we want without ruining everything else in the company. There might be some guys who are just like working on the Charlie stream on something, and they don't want to be interrupted by us by the testers redeploying the test server constantly and us checking in stuff that actually breaks more than it solves. So that's where we finish up our stuff. That's when we start talking about this feature is coming into the next build. That means that it's usually reached the test server, and we are ironing out the last errors, and sometimes there's even like design issues that just needs to be fixed because it's like, oh, we didn't think about this situation, and it's like, fuck, we need to do something here about that.
I'm actually learning here. I didn't know why do you need both dev and test. Now I see it.
Yeah, it's to keep things separated.
Yeah.
If we were just working on one single like source code, then it would be impossible for us to ever finish anything, because there's always some guy working on something else at a different time, and obviously I might be finished with my work a week before the other guy, and I can't just sit still for a week. I need to do something. Then I'll move to another stream down here. I have this next task I can work on. I can work on it on the easy stream, for example. So that's actually a quite flexible system.
So the streams at the bottom, they're like the current live version of the game plus new features.
Yeah, you can actually see this is actually different versions of the game. The thing is that at the bottom the versions are not in sync. They are different versions of the game with different features in them. When they get up to the dev stream, all the features get merged into one single version of the game. And the rest upwards is bug testing. Yeah,
I remember one time I think we wanted to show the revolvers, or the new P0, and on one of the streams the pistol was there. On the other stream the windows would break.
Yeah. On
the other stream, so you had some different elements that would be present or not.
And we can also do something special that will just be a one time. If we want to do like a special version of the game with some special, more like hackish code in it, and we can actually create another stream and deploy that one. You can see I've just put in the Steam stream here up on the test, because that was a version of the game that we needed to have on that high level in order to facilitate the changes that made sure that we could get the game to Steam. Yeah, and we actually had we had to have it in this way because we needed new stuff to be able to pass through it. So that was like obviously this you can put this together any way you want, but this is the structure that we have chosen to work with. Once the testers say now the game works, there might still be some bugs in it, but the QA is finishing. We move the version from the test up to the stable server. Big difference here is that we can now test the game with more players, because the stable server is accessible from outside when we open it up. Obviously, we don't do that too often.
It's been a while.
We might start doing it again to have some more load testing of some sort on some of our features. But the stable server is mainly it's only for bug fixing, testing and bug fixing. the whole system works in that way that the changes that you make on the higher levels of the of the versions, we can constantly merge them down so they get integrated down into the Devstream. So all the stuff that we fix on the test and the stable servers actually get merged down to the development server. So, but just not as often. And obviously, once the QA guys give it the green light, say now the critical bugs are gone, and we think the version is okay, then we move the version up to the live server. And the live server is the one that all the players work on. Yeah. The thing is, the funny thing is, like, we have there's player profiles on all of these servers. So obviously, when I play on test, I have a different character than on stable and on live. So it's just like, that's also why some of us, I play on live sometimes, but not all the times, because you can say my different characters are actually spread out on the different servers. So we spend times playing on dev and test as well. So that's kind of like it's behind the scenes. It's obviously much more complicated, but this is like the basic idea of why we have this. It's called version control. We use it's called Perforce, the one the database version, the database program that we use to keep track of all these files and changes. It also actually works as sort of like a backup, because if I make a change and I commit it to the Devstream and I say, oh, this was a bad change, I can actually roll back and find my old work and then just redeploy that one. So it also keeps it's not as dangerous to just fuck around with everything, because you can just roll it back.
I think we kind of pretty much covered that. We might want to, before we move on to questions from the community, maybe show some of the time-lapse videos. Here we go. So Rito Oksan has been putting together some time lapses. They're basically just replays from battles seen from the sky. So mostly we'll just show them. Yeah. But the idea is that he's using that as a kind of a heat map to look at the flow of the battle, and to look basically at what a good or a bad battle looks like based on the players' ratings.
I have to warn you, it's easy to spot campers on this one.
Yeah. You can, show it, and we'll.
Let's go.
Nope. Mine.
Yeah, I don't want to download anything.
So there we go.
There you go.
It's like watching.
This is the skirmish map, the new skirmish map being viewed.
Like watching bees.
It's fun to see.
It's kind of cool because you see that there's in the bottom, in the middle, that's point B, that's in the forest. Yeah. And that's mostly infantry that goes there, so it takes a little bit more time for the player tags to move to that.
But you can see they actually trying to see they have sort of like the struggle between the two capture points up there, and I think it's.
And when they take the road, you see the names go just zip by because they're.
You can actually see that it seems to work when they group up and attack. It seems to then they actually capture the points rather than individual players just going at it themselves. And not so successful.
Show the other one.
I will show the other one here is on medium French.
It's got planes also. Right?
Oh yeah.
It's got all kinds of things buzzing around.
There you go.
Yeah, you can see that. It was really. I didn't even notice that before I saw the time lapses. Is that the clouds cast shadows?
That's only in the expensive mode, but yeah, it's nice.
You say it's only in a special mode?
No, I think it's you have to switch them on. I think you can switch them off in the graphic.
So are they off by default?
I think so, because it's something that's a bit heavy.
That's why.
A bit heavy on the.
I'm not sure about that, because when I grab screenshots sometimes in the action game, you have the sun kind of goes behind a cloud and everything is. It actually affects the brightness on the ground.
Okay, maybe not it had been switched on and off occasionally. So.
But anyway, it's kind of cool that you see that.
It really adds a lot to the landscape.
Shadows on the ground, yeah. And then again, and this one is a battle where only certain. There was only a few attack lines that were open.
Yeah. We should have him overlay the
with the map
with the attack lines. That would be nice.
Maybe next time. I guess we'll get into the meat, delicious meat of the questions. So this time we picked a dozen questions from the forum thread. We pick a few questions every week. We try to, I guess I might as well mention this right away. On the forum thread where we gather questions, some of the questions are getting very long and convoluted, and they start to look less and less like questions and more like a long suggestion with a question mark at the end. That's not really what we're looking for. We're happy to answer questions, but more when it's about, why are things this way? How do you do things? Like what's the idea? But when you're saying, in the future when we have this, when we have A, will we also have B? That's not the kind of question that's kind of interesting to answer, because it's speculation. It's not easy to talk about exactly what will be in the future. So we try to focus on the really short questions that are short and to the point, and more focused on a specific feature rather than just the questions that are speculating about where the game could be headed. So this being said, there are some questions about the future here. There is one, for example, from Kilo Wolf asking, do ribbon boosters stack with veteran membership?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
They even multiply, so it's a good...
you got the confirmation, right?
Yeah. But that's by design, obviously. It's
So they do multiply. So it's veteran membership multiplier multiplied by the ribbon booster gives you your bonus. So they do stack. Will you add a 1-year veteran membership to the in-game store?
Well, I would say that...
question by McNort and Sisu Yupa. Sisu is it's Finnish, I think. It's Finnish for toughness. Kind of.
So Yupa is soldier or what?
I don't know.
Tough soldier.
We'll ask him. What is it? I don't know. But I think, I don't know. So the answer
is... I haven't had that question before, because when we made it, I thought that 3 months would be a long time. But if it's not a problem for us to make a 1-year membership, but we haven't had that many requests for it. So more requests for a 1-year membership, then obviously we can put it in. No problem.
Bismarck71 is asking, will the parachutes ever be removed from the character's appearance once you've landed?
Yeah, they obviously will. They just we had the character artists have some slightly different priorities right now. So, but we will obviously take them off.
How am I supposed to read that one? Suomi Yelona? I'm not
sure. Tough guy, or what?
He confirms that Sisu means tough guy. So, because I've heard about it. As here in Denmark, you hear the expression hygge a lot, and it's hard to translate with just one word, because it's like, happy fun time with cozy comfort with your friends and blah. And in Finland, Sisu is more like tough guy. You cut my arm off, and I go like, I have another arm. I will live. It's like
it's the whole country filled with black knights.
Exactly, just put a splash next question from too many players to mention them all. Will we bring back the scoreboard that you used to get when you pressed F5, so that you can see all the stats for all the players? And you wrote, redesign needed. But
no, don't. Yes, we will. It's just we've been working on a rather large rework of the UI and some other features on some of the other streams that you saw that required us to remove the whole thing from the action game. So it actually went out before we put in something new. But we are working on designing a new like scoreboard like that to bring back the that kind of scoreboard. The problem is that it's very dense. There's a lot of information there, so it doesn't really go well with the new style. So, but we're looking into it. It's apparently something that's quite hidden in the game, and a lot of people used it, and we didn't really know that.
Yeah,
so,
and I kind of brought it up just before we took it out.
Yeah, it's like
it's like, yeah. Guys,
but at that time it was too late. We had sort of like wiped it and sent it, but the thing is obviously that there's a whole new scoreboard coming up with some more information in and stuff, but. Yes, it's definitely going in again. We just need to make sure that we have a proper design for it.
So people are looking at that to see who's camping,
to see who's not pulling their weight. And then a question from King Fu Julian: will you add weather reports so that players know what weather can be expected in the battle?
It was our intention to actually add weather settings or weather directly to the campaign map. That would be cool to have like cloudy here and then raining over here and stuff. So we actually can sort of like determine the weather from the campaign map. Right now it's more like random. It's a weighted random for selecting what kind of weather it is in the game. So I think we will probably add it into like into the campaign map at some point instead of just showing what weather is it in this upcoming battle. But it's a good suggestion. We might consider just sticking in the load screen or something just because it's nice information. We now, by moving the load screen and everything into the we call it the Flash client, we have a possibility to actually put a lot of information like pre-battle in that window, which is, and the weather setting could be one of the things that we could put in.
And let me see, Incentive Legend is asking, do you have any plans to reward players who achieve a rank 12 ribbon?
I know that right now we have not filled all the different positions on the ribbons, but we are constantly, every time we add something new, we put it into the ribbon system, and obviously the idea is that all ribbons unlock something. So it's kind of like annoying that you reach rank 12 and then nothing happens other than you're rank 12. But you can rest assured that once if you just keep playing the game, if we add something to that ribbon at some point, you'll just instantly unlock it, obviously, when you log on to the game. We have also considered adding more ribbons, like more levels to the ribbons. That can easily be done as well. We just don't feel that we need to put in more ribbon levels unless we have something to unlock with them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That reminds me of something that I've been discussing this week. I have been getting some reports from players that they've been killed by an invisible cheater, and I think that a lot of people don't know that there's a camouflaged combat badge that you can get if you max out the recon ribbon, and if you equip that, you basically are not shown to the guys you killed. Yeah, when you kill them, they don't get a kill cam. It doesn't turn around and say it was this guy.
Yeah, it's
so and that kind of like brings another topic. Sometimes you will get blasted, blown up by a high explosive shell from a tank. You will not get a kill cam, and that's a bug. So we are aware of that one. But I think now it's been bumped up a little bit in priority, hopefully. But yeah, that's a bug. It's not somebody with a like super secret hacker.
Now we are at the topics of bugs that are getting fixed. Yeah. We've had some complaints about the hit detection as well. And in the Spart build, we actually did quite a few bug fixes on the hit detection that is now on Sparts, which should solve some of the problems. at least our testers say it's working better. We have several other changes and fixes to the hit detection system. It's just not ready to be put on live yet, so it's still being tested. So it's something that we're obviously aware of making the experience as good as possible with this stuff. So we are working on it, and we are aware of it.
Let me. Sorry, I was told that my mic is absolutely annoying because it was stuck between my. Yeah, true story. The Boston Basher is asking when will the crouch/walk toggle be implemented?
Oh, it's already implemented on a hidden stream. No, actually, I just it's been put in the toggle stuff. It's already in the menu, just not in Sparts. It's being moved up from dev to test whenever we feel like we need to move up the next batch of features. It might come up with some of the in the add-on stuff. For Sparse, or it might make it to the next build, to the T build, but we have put it in, so you can look forward to that little bitty feature. But apparently, it's something that a lot of people have been asking for in a long time.
There's another question from King Fu Julian. Will we ever be able to reduce or increase the amount of ammunition a pistol carries?
Not only a pistol. But we are looking into having some more interesting upgrades for the weapons, like magazines and stuff like that. I can say we are working on a bit of an overhaul on the whole weapon system, but that we will talk about that in another Twitch session when we are closer to rounding that part up, and that part has something to do with being able to do more like different upgrades to the weapons than this. Obviously, the number of bullets in the magazine has a great impact on how powerful the weapon is. You can just see the difference on the submachine guns, that the one magazine actually have more bullets than the other. It does make a difference. So,
which shouldn't we show Redemons? That one isn't. Oh no, that's not Redemons. That's is it? It is. The weapon comparison
weapon
data thing. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yes,
no, so Redemon has there's this document which it's on a sticky thread on the forum. Redemon's HNG statistics spreadsheet. There you go. Now the title is. So that has been put together by one of our very dedicated players. Actually, we were going to, I almost forgot, we're going to hand out some goodies that are right here in front of us.
Only if we feel like it.
Only if we feel like it. Well, I think that guy deserves one.
Yeah, that's true. This is just amazing.
So, which one should it be though?
I think this is actually, I can see that I know how long time it actually takes to make these goddamn charts, so I think he should have, should we go with the lighter thing?
The lighter thing?
For this guy? Or what?
So we have these limited edition HNG Zippo lighters, and so yeah, we wanted to give away some of our merch because, maybe a little bit longer because you can press pause. And so we're gonna be giving out some stuff from time to time because this week we wanted also to kind of apologize for the constant up and down with the server. So I guess Redemon.
Yeah, I think he totally deserves.
So if you're watching Redemon, you can private message the HNG, basically Heroes and Generals user in the Twitch channel. So you can private message the channel, I think.
Yeah.
And and basically tell us how to send it to you, and we'll send you that lighter. We're not able to send it with fuel in it because it's considered a bomb.
And then it get destroyed.
One of us will not receive anything, and the other one will get.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's like it's one of those the shield thingies that's on.
Yeah, it's the. So, I guess later on we might as well toss in another one. That spreadsheet has there's one of the pages where you can compare weapons, right? Or is it the other one?
That's the other one.
He's got another document completely.
Yeah, this is not the one I.
Okay, you don't have it open.
No,
we showed it already.
Yeah, that's another one he made.
It's another one. So, but look on the forum for Red Demon, and you'll find his Google Docs.
We should warn him before we change any of the values, because there's a lot of work to be done.
There's probably some of the values, we can't verify that everything is exactly. But I mean, it looks like he's done his homework.
I actually think it's I think it's the. If you see there you go.
Ah yeah, so that's the other one.
Rup, here you go.
Ta-da! And then this one you can, for example, if you want to change some of the values and. Full screen.
Full screen. There you go. That's the grease gun versus the Thompson, and you can see the different damage graphs and everything here. So, damage per second, damage per magazine. It might be an inspiration to actually put some of this into the game, some of these graphs.
Yeah, but it's all damage. It's not. It doesn't take into account handling.
It's really hard to show precision with the graph.
Yeah.
So handling is a big part of this stuff as well. This is just the raw data.
So if you're interested purely in damage, this is still very accurate. I guess we should move on with the questions, because we want to still have time to take some from the chat.
Okay.
There's a Toko of Canada. I hope I said it right. Yeah, I think it's Toko of Canada. And he plans to award experience for repairing friendly vehicles on the field with the wrench. So I fixed my friend's tank. Do I get any experience at some point?
We are currently looking into making a whole support ribbon. We just need to again, when we make these ribbons, we need to have something that unlocks with the ribbon. So it is not only having XP, for example. We need to have some more goodies to unlock with these things. But we're looking into making a support ribbon that basically awards players for doing something for other players. It could be just mounting the machine gun on a tank, the secondary machine gun, and killing enemies with that. So it makes sense to play as a team rather than just whatever.
Lone wolf,
doing it on your own.
Rambo.
So we are looking for basically now we are looking a little bit for some very special things that we can unlock with this ribbon, just to incentivize players to play together and do the support thing.
Cool.
And for that reason, I should we should go with this one.
Yeah, we showed it last week. Let's show it again. Yeah, can we? Thank you.
There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't be a Hitler.
Hitler's gonna hittle, but it doesn't work. Question from Herjan 1987 and Nova 31. Will the factory map receive an overhaul? Because currently, if you can't hold the second point, which is terribly close to the objective, then it becomes a spawn-killing slaughterhouse.
Yes. I cannot promise anything about when, but it's definitely the next map we're going to take a serious look at fixing up, because it does have some issues. Yeah, that's true.
Did you get to try it, since the windows can be shot? Because there's windows all over the place. And
that map has some issues that we need to look at. Also, but we need to figure out if we should add more attack lines, for example, and so it has an update for it waiting.
And I guess then, that's a yes. Last question: what kind of shampoo do you use to get this shiny golden hair?
None. It's a magic spell.
Is it shiny?
I don't know if it's shiny.
Sort of shiny. And so we're gonna. I guess this is the time when I say go, and I'm gonna start looking at the chat now. and look at the questions that you are typing, and try to pick one or two that are.
I think it
answered.
would be
Yes,
time for me to actually
do
grab
that.
beer. People know.
So, Air Force question. Okay, and the thing is, you know, when in the meeting when we discussed the scrolling issue, the damn thing, it keeps on scrolling. That's why I look like I'm freaking out. It keeps on scrolling no matter what I do. So,
Have you tried the scroll lock?
X-Night Trunks. Okay, it's somebody with the X at each end of his name. So Night Run or X Night Run X. Sounds weird if you pronounce the X. Air Force question: what is being done to defend against Air Force on both sides? There is not adequate defense. I've had many friends leave the game because they were for this reason, basically because there's too many planes doing whatever they want, and you can't do anything about it.
I would say we are looking into putting in some more anti-aircraft guns in some of the places where you get hammered too much. But on the other hand, if you can use the anti-aircraft guns, they reach really far. So and the planes, we have been discussing a little bit. The planes are actually have to move around on the whole level, so you can actually get them from places that are pretty well defended because they're not on the attack line. So what some players could do is just mount one of the anti-aircraft guns and just wait for the planes to pass by and shoot them down simply.
I have a very, very good one here. I like that one. It's Darkor08. Please tell me, how can I see what about the time left, as in how much time is left on attack missions? Because we changed it to just this progress bar, and you can even see it on that screenshot that you had there. It'll allow us to show some fan art at the same time, and don't forget to full screen.
Zip.
Can we zoom in on that one? Yeah, there we go. And at the top you see the progress bar, and so basically what he's asking is can we also see that expressed in time?
No. It's because it varies a bit.
The time varies, right?
Yeah.
It's just I can see his point, because it sometimes you get a message like the attackers are awarded an extra 120 seconds and
yeah.
But you don't know how many seconds really you have in total. So, feature suggestion.
Maybe.
So right now you can't. But I think the idea was that people were looking at the clock too much and not looking at actually how much progress they were making.
Yeah.
Because I think some guys sometimes they didn't realize they were attacking. And that's why this feature was introduced. Is that people you're attacking, you don't care how much time. It's like you want to get there.
We as I say we're working on some changes to the UI on a separate stream. So my head is in two different places here on these things, because we have another version of this on one of the other streams. So it is going to have a change in the future.
Oh, and by the way, the picture is by Kitsurubami. Kitsurubami. Arigato. Let's see if let's see. Of course, there's the eternal question by Hasta luego, Dima. USSR faction when?
We have I think we have a few others that we'd like to do before the USSR.
Like Cuba?
Maybe the
Cuban faction. The Big Tricky is asking, will you ever get XP for spotting?
Maybe. It's not a bad idea.
Okay. There's some questions sometimes I'm not sure what they mean. Xiator is asking, battle reports are missing the credit gain breakdown. Will it be added back? Oh, I guess he means like you get that many credits for this, that many credits for that. You don't exactly.
You don't get that, no.
The breakdown, no.
But you can. What I can say is that the credit gain pretty much follows the XP. So you get credit from the same things as you
Isn't
get
it?
XP.
So, but is it the same value? It's not exactly the same value, is it?
Not exactly the same value, but pretty close.
Okay. So, but I guess that's another thing because people
It's something that we, if we shouldn't have people like totally min-maxing on the credit part. We'd rather have them playing the game basically.
But there's always guys who kind of want to kind of see where they can get more credits.
Yeah,
because
but there isn't any a credit breakdown.
Yeah.
But we might consider making it, but we'll put it in a separate list.
And
there's also been some talk about that we removed the cost part of the old.
Because with the repairs.
The repairs, but the problem with that was that the repairs wasn't really part of the actual battle. They only shown if you had auto repair, which means that if you switch it off, the numbers would be different. So that's coming in one of the I think it's one of the add-ons. Hopefully,
okay.
We have a notification system that's coming in, so you get like notifiers about stuff.
And it's going to tell you need to pay.
That's going to tell you what has been deducted from your pay, because strictly speaking, the auto repair is not part of the actual battle, because it happens after. So and we are thinking of making like a whole. Like a spreadsheet type thing so people can see exactly what the credits are used for.
There's a guy called Osorio Cesar who asked, will we change the assist XP for killing tanks? Because sometimes people just wait for you to kill the tank and then they just take the last hit to get the. Basically, they finish up. People will finish off your tank.
The thing is that it actually gives you a lot of XP for the damage part of it. So you actually do get a lot of XP for just damaging the tank. You don't get only XP for killing it. The killing gets some, but damaging actually gives you the main part of the kill, and that should actually even out the score somewhere.
There's is that a Carlsberg beer?
This one? Oh yeah.
They're both actually. Carlsberg has bought the other company, so now whatever is green. I'm still looking for a good one here. Okay, question from Xerpt. Will you increase the war funds gained as we have to pay for deploying them next war? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Yes, I think I understand it. That we have moved the.
There's no free deploy. Is that what he means?
Yeah, we moved the gain up to again 100%. So you get what you kill, and also there's no penalty for that. And then we're working on another update, which we probably should be talking about in a few Twitch sessions. That changes the way the whole battle part of the campaign works. And in that respect, we are considering. Moving some of that cost to something else. For example, that it costs you could say half the cost could be on the actual deployment and the other half would be on reinforcement. So it's cheaper to not get killed and reinforce than get destroyed and deploy, because we want to move the strategic game away from this constant spamming of assault teams towards the front line and making it penalize players a lot more from just getting destroyed. So incentivizing them to pull back once you are sort of like hurt and to regroup and rest before moving into battle again. So and that's something some of the stuff that we're working on, and that should hopefully open up to that we can diversify the spending of the war funds a bit more than they are right now.
There's a ton of questions in there. But I think we're running out of time already. I
think we should wrap this up. Maybe we should show some fan art. Yeah. So we received like this one from Captain Breezeblock.
Lots of bicycles.
Lots of bicycles.
Bicycle parking.
For comparison, I put in a picture of just use the arrows and check it out. I think this. Where is it? It's in the folder, but you have to get back to the folder. I put a picture of community screens in there. Yeah. Nørreport. So this is a
yeah, that's true.
This is a train station in the middle of downtown here.
This is near the office.
So we want to see a lot of bicycles come to Copenhagen.
That's why bicycles are completely natural to us. When you live in Copenhagen, there's bikes everywhere.
So what do you do when you need to take the metro and you have you're on your bicycle and you just dump it there?
And we have lots of bike maniacs as well. People just driving like crazy on bikes.
Yeah, but maybe they have a good reason. Like
I don't know. It's just they probably just watch Tour de France on TV or something. Because it seems like they're trying to win something by driving that fast.
or they're rushing to save kittens from a burning house.
But you have to check out the screenshot.
This one, yes.
Germans not knowing where to go, all putting out the
from the same guy, right? Captain Breezeblock. Yes,
that's funny.
It's how many guys? 3, 4. Like we're lost, right?
We're lost. Wir sind.
Yeah, wir sind verloren.
Verloren. My German is not that good.
So,
verloren. Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute. That's okay. There actually, I got a kind of clarification on that question about war funds. Zerk was asking, when you kill a tank without a driver in it, you don't get war funds. Apparently, will that be fixed?
That is a bug, and it has been filed, I think, because I heard that a few times before.
I don't even know how you can check that.
The testers just notified me about this a few days ago, and it should be somewhere in the system getting fixed.
I had not noticed. Yeah. Okay, so now you have the answer. This being said, I think we covered all the stuff we wanted to show for now. We'll call it a day because our camera guy is.
I hope that is
getting sleepy.
We can go on forever.
Exactly.
Should we do another hour?
Yeah, another hour. Let's go. So I'll wrap it up with the usual announcements. We'll just go over, for those who didn't watch the whole thing. You can see us on YouTube, and what we talked about today. We talked about things that were broken on our servers this week. We talked about also the limited faction resource. We showed some what's called another replay, but a time-lapse replay. We also discussed how bug reports work, and that's about it, I guess. So if you want, you can also follow us on Twitch. You can follow us like you would follow you can follow the game, basically. And you can also follow other broadcasters that are talking about us. I guess we will see you back in a week for. It's going to be Halloween. That's awesome. I'll dress as Gargamel. So have a nice weekend.
Yes.
And see you.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.